Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and curious minds from around the world. Today's episode is one you won't want to miss. We're diving deep into the hidden vaults of American coinage to uncover the top 5 very expensive rare USA Lincoln pennies worth millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these small copper coins, which many people toss aside without a second thought, have sold for more than most luxury cars, homes, and even some private jets. So before you drop that penny in the next tip jar, you may want to watch this entire video. One of these rare gems might just be hiding in your pocket change. Let's jump into number 5 on our list. Today's video is going to uncover the incredible story, value, and hidden history behind the 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You may think pennies aren't worth much, but this small copper coin could be sitting in your pocket change or coin jar, and it might be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these 1974 pennies, especially the ones without a mint mark, are turning heads in the coin collecting world. And here's why. Let's dive back into the year 1974. The United States Mint produced billions of pennies that year. In fact, it was one of the highest production years for Lincoln cents. The Philadelphia Mint alone produced over 4 billion pennies, all of which did not carry a mint mark. So yes, a 1974 penny without a mint mark is common, but here's the twist. Not all 1974 pennies are equal. Some rare varieties and condition-specific coins are being valued in the thousands due to their grading, striking errors, and historical context. And some have even crossed auction blocks for shocking prices. One of the reasons this coin has grown so valuable lies in its condition. A regular 1974 penny with wear from circulation might only be worth its face value. But when found in pristine condition, meaning no scratches, sharp details, and full original red luster, its value increases dramatically. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in MS67 or higher condition are considered extremely rare for this year. Finding one is like winning the coin collector's lottery. But the 1974 penny holds another secret. It was part of one of the most interesting experiments in United States mint history. In the early 1970s, the government was concerned about the rising cost of copper. A penny at the time cost more than 1 cent to produce due to the copper content. As a result, the mint began experimenting with alternative metals. In 1974, test coins were struck in aluminum. Known as the 1974 aluminum cents, these coins were meant to replace the traditional copper-based Lincoln cent. Although they never entered circulation, a few of those aluminum coins escaped the mint, and today they are considered ultra-rare and controversial, some even illegal to own. Now back to the standard 1974 copper penny. The regular no-mint mark coin weighs around 3.11 grams and is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. You'll find Abraham Lincoln's bust on the obverse, facing right with the words, "In God We Trust," above his head. To the left is the word, Liberty, and to the right is the date, 1974. The absence of a mint mark below the date indicates it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, with the words, United States of America, along the top rim and 1 cent along the bottom. Just above the Lincoln Memorial is the familiar motto, E Pluribus Unum. It's a classic design by Victor David Brenner, which has stood the test of time since 1909. So why are collectors willing to pay big money for a 1974 no-mint mark penny? It comes down to rarity in condition and unique coin errors. Some of the highest prices ever recorded for this coin came from coins graded MS67 red and higher. Coins with this grade are nearly flawless under magnification and have full original color, as if they just came from the mint presses. But what about mint errors? That's where things get exciting. There have been examples of 1974 pennies with off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, and clipped planchets. These error coins can bring in premium prices, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. So how can you tell if your 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is valuable? Start by checking the condition. The shinier, redder, and crisper the details, the better. If it looks like it just came out of a brand new roll, you might be holding on to something special. Next, look for any unusual features, doubled lettering, strange metal cuts, off-center images, or even lightweight differences. And if you believe your penny has something rare about it, consider sending it to a professional grading service. Coins graded MS66 or higher command top dollar in the collector's market. Now let's talk real numbers. In recent auctions, high-grade 1974 Lincoln pennies without mint marks have sold for extraordinary amounts. A few examples graded MS67 red have reached and even surpassed the $4,000 mark. With growing interest in copper coins, vintage U.S. currency, and era coins, the prices for coins like these continue to rise. That's why today's market is more exciting than ever for collectors and sellers alike. If you're searching through old jars, estate collections, inherited change boxes, or even sorting your daily pocket change, keep your eyes peeled for a 1974 no-mint mark penny in exceptional condition. It might just be your lucky find. Collectors are always looking for that next treasure, and even something as small as a penny can lead to a massive payoff. The world of numismatics is filled with surprises, and coins like the 1974 Lincoln cent remind us that sometimes the smallest coins can carry the greatest value. To wrap up this exciting deep dive, the current market value of a rare, high-grade 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln penny can go as high as $4,900. Yes, $4,900 for a single penny. Always check your change. You never know what piece of history could be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed learning about this valuable coin, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a new upload. Keep hunting, and who knows, you might be the next lucky collector to strike copper gold. Today's episode, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a coin that, at first glance, might look like just another ordinary penny. But if you know what to look for, it could actually be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A 1977 Lincoln penny without a mint mark can carry a surprisingly high value, with certain rare varieties selling for as much as $4,600. That's right, $4,600 for a single penny. So how does such a small copper coin, minted in the millions, become so incredibly valuable? Let's break down its history, explore the different types of errors and rare conditions collectors are hunting for, and find out how you can identify one of these gems for yourself. First, let's look at the history behind the 1977 Lincoln cent. This penny features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which first appeared on the U.S. penny in 1909. That design has stood the test of time and continues to be used today, though with some modern updates. The reverse of the 1977 penny displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo that was used from 1959 to 2008. Now, the 1977 penny was minted at two major locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins minted in Philadelphia typically have no mint mark, which is the case with the penny we're talking about today. Over 4.4 billion of these pennies were minted in Philadelphia alone, which makes them quite common in general circulation. However, not all of them are created equal. While the majority of 1977 no-mint mark pennies are only worth their face value, a small percentage have unique characteristics that make them extremely desirable to collectors. These include high-grade uncirculated coins, proof-like strikes, and most importantly, rare mint errors. Let's start with condition. One of the biggest factors that determines a coin's value is its grade. Coins that have never been in circulation and are in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, are much more valuable than worn examples. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that have their original luster, sharp details, and no visible wear or damage. For example, a 1977 Lincoln cent in MS67 red condition has sold at auction for several $1,000s. The red designation means that the coin has retained its original copper color, which is another factor that greatly increases its appeal. If your penny still has that bright red shine and is free from scratches, there's a chance it could be worth far more than 1 cent, but that's not all. There are also certain mint errors from the 1977 penny series that are highly valuable. These include off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planchets, and die cracks. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse, or DDO. This happens when the die used to strike the coin has a slightly shifted image, causing parts of the design, like the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust, to appear doubled. While no official DDO has been confirmed for the 1977 penny on a wide scale, collectors still keep a close eye out for potential varieties. Another error to look for is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. A 1977 no-mint mark penny with a 50% off-center strike can sell for hundreds of dollars or more depending on the condition. Clipped planchets are another error type that can make a 1977 penny far more valuable. This happens when the metal sheet used to punch out blanks for the coins doesn't move properly, causing the blank to be cut incorrectly. The result is a coin with a curved clip or missing edge. These are rare and highly collectible. Then there are die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs on the coin caused by a damaged die. While not as dramatic as other errors, these can still be worth a premium to the right buyer. Now let's talk about the current market value. As of now, a high-grade 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in red uncirculated condition can easily sell for $50 to $300. But the real money is in those few pristine coins that have been professionally graded MS-67 or higher. Those examples have sold for up to $4,600. That's $4,600 for a single penny. And remember, coins with major errors or unique varieties can sometimes go for even more, depending on rarity and demand. So how can you tell if you have a valuable 1977 penny? The first step is to check for a mint mark. If there's no letter under the date, you might have a Philadelphia strike. Then examine the coin's condition. Is it shiny red and free from scratches or wear? That's a good sign. Next, use a magnifying glass to look closely at the design elements. Check for doubling, cracks, or any unusual shapes along the rim or in the lettering. If you think you've found something special, it's worth getting your coin professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. This not only confirms its authenticity and condition but also gives buyers confidence when you're ready to sell. You never know, that penny sitting in your jar of loose change could be worth thousands of dollars. And if it turns out to be one of those rare, high-grade 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln cents, you might just be holding a tiny piece of history that can bring you a big payday. So next time you're sorting through your spare change or looking through an old coin collection, keep your eyes open for the 1977 Lincoln penny. Because when it comes to rare coins, even the most ordinary-looking penny could be hiding a small fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a 1977 penny or any other valuable coin in your collection. Stay curious, keep searching, and as always, happy collecting. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You may have one of these pennies sitting in your change jar right now, and you might not know it, but it could be worth a small fortune. That's right, one specific variety of this coin has sold for as much as $3,000. So if you're into rare coins, hidden gems, and stories of incredible value found in pocket change, this is one episode you don't want to miss. Let's start with the background. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation since 1909, commemorating the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it has remained a constant in American currency for well over a century. The year 2000 marked yet another year of this iconic coin's production, and while billions were made, some rare variations and errors make specific coins stand out and skyrocket in value. Now, let's focus specifically on the 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. These were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally does not place a mint mark on 1-cent coins. So if you see a 2000 penny without a mint mark, don't be alarmed, that's perfectly normal. However, not all 2000 pennies are created equal. Within this mintage, there are some extremely rare errors and high-grade examples that make all the difference between a regular 1-cent coin and one that could be worth thousands of dollars. So what exactly makes a 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth up to $3,000? The answer lies in two main factors: condition and rarity. First, let's talk about condition. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, known as mint state or MS coins, are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A penny graded MS 67 or higher is incredibly rare and can command high prices among serious collectors. Only a tiny percentage of 2000 Lincoln cents survive in such perfect condition, which makes them highly desirable. The second factor that can boost a 2000 penny's value is an error or variety. Some of the most notable varieties include double die obverse errors, where the design elements, like Lincoln's profile, the date, or the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust, appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These kinds of errors can turn a common coin into a valuable treasure. Other collectible errors include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks, each of which adds uniqueness and increases value. But perhaps the biggest prize of all is the 2000 Lincoln penny with ultra-high grade and perfect surfaces. These coins are graded by experts and sealed in tamper-proof holders that verify their authenticity and condition. If you come across a 2000 Lincoln penny that appears flawless, no scratches, no wear, sharp details, you should seriously consider getting it professionally graded. One such penny, graded MS 68 read by PCGS, sold for as much as $3,000 at auction. Just imagine turning 1 cent into $3,000, all because you paid attention to a little copper coin. Now let's talk a bit more about what collectors look for in a valuable penny. Color is important. Collectors prefer pennies that retain their original red copper luster. These are labeled as red, red-brown, or brown depending on how much of the original mint color remains. A red penny in mint state condition will always bring a higher premium. So when you're checking your 2000 Lincoln pennies, look at the color and the shine. The brighter and redder it is, the better your chances. And here's a quick tip. Grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's zoom feature and inspect the date and lettering closely. Look for any doubling or unusual markings. Feel the surface with your fingers, but do it gently. If the coin feels unusually thick, thin, or light, that might indicate a minting error. Compare the edges and the details with a regular penny to see if anything stands out. You never know when you'll find something special. Another aspect to be aware of is how the coin has been stored. Pennies that have been kept in albums, protective sleeves, or coin flips are much more likely to remain in good condition. If you've inherited a coin collection from a family member or picked up some old rolls at a garage sale, don't dismiss the newer coins. The 2000 Lincoln penny might seem modern, but that's exactly why most people overlook it, and why high-grade examples are so scarce today. Now let's go over what not to do. Do not clean your coins. Even though it might seem like a good idea to polish them up and make them shine, this actually lowers their value significantly. Collectors want original surfaces, even if they have minor spots or toning. Cleaning a coin can cause microscopic scratches and permanently alter the surface, making it virtually worthless to professional buyers. Also, avoid storing coins in places where they're exposed to moisture or extreme temperatures. Over time, environmental damage can ruin the surfaces and color of even the rarest coins. If you think you have a valuable 2000 penny, store it carefully and look into professional grading options. It may cost a bit upfront, but if the coin is worth thousands, it's more than worth it. Let's take a moment to recap the key points. The 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is common in circulation, but rare variations, such as high-grade uncirculated coins or error varieties, can be worth serious money. The current market value for the most pristine, professionally graded examples has reached as high as $3,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny from the year 2000 with no mint mark, if found in top condition, can sell for as much as $3,000. So the next time you're going through your change, take a closer look. What you find might just surprise you. Keep an eye out for crisp, shiny pennies from the year 2000, especially those with no signs of wear, bright red luster, or unusual features. You could be holding on to a treasure that's been hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories about rare coins and collectibles that could be sitting right in your pocket. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck in your search for that one coin that could change everything. Today's exciting video, we're going to uncover the story, value, and fascinating details behind the 2001 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be surprised to learn that one of these small copper-colored coins, minted in Denver, could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. In fact, one rare example has fetched a staggering $2,388 in today's coin market. Let's dive into the reasons why. The Lincoln penny has a long and rich history in the United States. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first regular-issue American coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, this penny has gone through several design changes and minting processes, but one thing has remained the same: its importance in American coinage and culture. Now, let's fast forward to the year 2001. That year, the Denver Mint produced a massive quantity of Lincoln cents, billions, in fact. So, it might seem counterintuitive that any of these coins could be rare or valuable. But as experienced collectors know, value doesn't always come from the number of coins minted. It comes from condition, rarity, errors, and historical significance. And that's exactly what makes the 2001 penny a hidden gem worth looking for. Let's start with the basics. The 2001 penny features the classic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design had already been used for over 90 years by that time. On the reverse side, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, which had been part of the coin's design since 1959. This reverse was created by Frank Casparo and is rich in detail. Even Lincoln's statue inside the memorial is visible when viewed under magnification. So, why is this particular coin from 2001, with that D mint mark for Denver, suddenly attracting so much attention? The main reason is quality and condition. Coins that have survived in exceptional condition, particularly in mint state, are what collectors crave. One 2001 penny graded at MS69, read by a professional grading service, drew serious interest and was sold for $2,388 in a public auction. That kind of sale tells us something important. Even modern coins, if preserved well, can become highly collectible. Let's talk a bit about coin grading, because that plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A grade of 70 means a perfect coin, with no visible flaws even under magnification. An MS69 grade is nearly flawless, extremely rare for modern circulation coins. That's why a 2001 penny in MS69 condition is such a big deal. Now, what can make your 2001 penny valuable beyond just condition? Let's explore a few key possibilities. First, let's look at die errors. These are mistakes that occur during the minting process, and they can significantly boost a coin's value. Some 2001 pennies have been found with off-center strikes, die cracks, doubling on the date or letters, or even missing elements due to grease-filled dies. These kinds of errors can easily increase a penny's value from a few cents to hundreds, or in rare cases, even thousands of dollars. Another important aspect is color. Copper coins like the Lincoln penny are often graded based on their color: red, red-brown, or brown. A full red coin, one that retains its original bright copper color, tends to be the most valuable. That's why it's critical to store your coins properly, away from moisture, air, and contaminants that can lead to oxidation and discoloration. If you think you might have a valuable 2001 penny, the first thing to do is examine it closely. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to look for any minting errors or doubling. Then, assess the coin's condition. Is it heavily worn from circulation, or does it look nearly brand new? If your coin looks flawless and has a brilliant red tone, you may want to consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification. A certified grade can greatly increase both the coin's value and its credibility among collectors. Another great idea is to weigh your coin. A standard 2001D penny should weigh about 2.5 grams and be made from a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. Any variation from that might be a sign of a rare transitional planchet error or another mint anomaly, which can add serious value. So, let's recap what makes the 2001D Lincoln penny such a sleeper treasure. Number 1. Superior condition, especially mint state 68 or 69 examples, with full red luster. Number 2. Rare minting errors, off-center strikes, double dies, or misaligned dies can significantly raise a coin's value. Number 3. Professional grading and certification, coins that have been officially graded tend to sell for higher prices and are easier to trade in the numismatic market. And number 4. Rarity and perfection. While the Denver Mint made billions of these pennies, only a tiny handful survived in nearly flawless condition. Right now, the most valuable known 2001D penny has a current market value of $2,388. An incredible amount for a coin most people wouldn't think twice about. And that's why coin collecting remains one of the most rewarding hobbies. Because treasures like this are hiding in plain sight. So next time you're going through your spare change, or looking through that jar of old coins, don't ignore those shiny copper pennies from the early 2000s. You might just find a 2001D Lincoln penny that could change your fortune. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more rare coin discoveries, and let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a valuable coin in your collection. Keep searching, keep learning, and happy collecting! Today's episode, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of modern coins and focusing on one that might just be hiding in your pocket change, the 2006 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. This coin, although it might look ordinary at first glance, has turned heads in the numismatic world due to its surprising value and the story behind it. So if you've ever wondered whether that penny you just tossed into a jar might be worth thousands, you're going to want to watch this video until the end. Let's begin with a little background. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation for over a century. It was first issued in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. Since then, it has undergone several changes, both in design and composition. The obverse side has always featured Lincoln's portrait, but the reverse has seen changes from the wheat ears design to the Lincoln Memorial and later to the Union Shield. In 2006, the design still featured the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that was introduced in 1959 and continued through 2008 before being replaced in 2010. Now let's talk about the specific penny we are focusing on, the 2006 Lincoln 1-cent with no mint mark. You might be wondering, what does no mint mark actually mean? Most modern U.S. coins bear a small letter or symbol indicating the mint where they were produced. The Philadelphia Mint typically uses no mint mark on cents, so this is not an error or a misprint. However, what makes certain 2006 no mint mark pennies extremely valuable is a combination of condition, rarity, and in some cases, striking errors or unique characteristics found during production. In 2006, billions of Lincoln cents were minted, over 4.2 billion, to be exact, at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The Philadelphia Mint coins were produced without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint coins feature a small D. So while most 2006 no mint mark pennies are only worth face value, a select few have surfaced in recent years that have fetched incredible prices due to their pristine condition or rare errors. Let's talk about grading. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin that has been in circulation and shows signs of wear will typically be worth just 1 cent. But coins that are found in uncirculated condition, specifically those graded at MS67 or higher by third-party grading companies like PCGS or NGC, can be worth significantly more. And that's where the story of the high-value 2006 penny gets exciting. In 2024, A 2006 no mint Mark Lincoln cent graded MS-67 red by PCGS was sold in a private auction for an astonishing $4,187. Yes, you heard that right, $4,187 for a single penny. What made this coin so valuable was its near-perfect condition. The luster was fully intact, the surfaces were clean and free of contact marks, and the strike was sharp and crisp, making it a top-tier specimen. Out of the billions minted, very few survive in such flawless condition. But there's more to this story. Some of these valuable 2006 pennies are also known to have rare die errors, such as double die obverse, off-center strikes, or coins struck on defective planchets. These errors make them stand out to collectors, who are often willing to pay thousands of dollars to add them to their collection. Now here's something you should do right now. Go check your coin jars, your drawers, your pocket change, even those forgotten pennies hiding in couch cushions. Look for 2006 Lincoln cents and inspect them carefully. If they show strong luster, no visible wear, and especially if they have any odd features like double letters or off-center images, it might be worth getting them professionally graded. You could be sitting on a miniature gold mine without even knowing it, but don't just go by looks alone. The only way to truly determine a coin's value is to have it graded by a reputable company like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company. Their experts will evaluate the coin's condition, strike quality, and color, especially whether it's designated as red, red-brown, or brown, which significantly affects the coin's value. Red coins are the most desirable because they retain their original mint color and shine. So what should you do if you believe you have a high-quality 2006 no mint Mark Lincoln cent? First, handle it carefully, preferably with gloves. Avoid touching the surface with your fingers, as oils and dirt can easily damage the coin. Place it in a protective holder, and then consider submitting it for grading. A small investment in grading can turn a 1-cent coin into a $4,000 payday, just like the collector who sold theirs for $187. And remember, the market for collectible coins is always changing. While not every 2006 penny will be worth thousands, those in mint state, or with rare errors, will always draw interest from collectors. Demand is growing, especially as younger generations are getting more involved in numismatics. This resurgence in coin collecting means values are likely to rise over time for rare and high-quality coins. So whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone who just enjoys the thrill of finding hidden treasures, the 2006 no mint Mark Lincoln penny is one you should definitely keep an eye out for. It's living proof that even the smallest, most overlooked coins can carry incredible stories and shocking value. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2006 Lincoln penny and learned something new, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss out on more rare coin discoveries. Who knows? The next coin we talk about might just be sitting in your pocket right now. Happy collecting, and see you in the next video.